This story unfolds in Springside, a small town in Minnesota. It begins with a young girl, Audrey, and her grandmother spending time on a beach. Audrey is drawing in her notebook while her grandmother is searching through the sand for objects left behind by others, a cherished habit of hers. She believes every lost item holds a story. Among the pebbles, the grandmother finds a medal engraved with the name, Finn. Intrigued, she tells Audrey that they must find Finn and return the medal to him. Audrey sketches a picture of her grandmother standing on the beach and later gifts it to her for Christmas, making her grandmother emotional and proud. Audrey lives with her single mother, and together with her grandmother, they run an antique shop in town. Audrey and her grandmother share a secret spot in the shop where they keep special finds. They place the medal in the hidden drawer and decide to locate Finn before Christmas. Her grandmother instills in Audrey the value of selfless giving during the holiday season. Years pass, and the story picks up with Audrey as a grown-up and a successful artist in New York. Her grandmother has passed away 4 months ago, leaving Audrey's mother to manage the antique shop alone. However, running it without her mother is emotionally challenging for Audrey's mom, and she is considering selling it. Audrey returns to Springside to help her mother fulfill her grandmother's final wish, a treasure hunt-style mission to return 5 golden rings, items of sentimental value, to their rightful owners before Christmas. The first item, a pendant shaped like a ring, bears an inscription in Russian. With the help of Finn, a private investigator, and an old acquaintance, Audrey learns that it belonged to a ballet dancer named Elizabeth, who played the role of Clara in The Nutcracker. This discovery sets Audrey and Finn on a journey to locate Elizabeth. Along the way, they uncover stories, forge new connections, and deepen their bond. Their next task involves cleaning a bracelet damaged by fire and deciphering the meaning behind the remaining rings. Throughout the process, Audrey reflects on the values her grandmother taught her and finds herself embracing the joy of giving. The tasks also rekindle her passion for art and help her rediscover the sense of home and belonging she had lost. The film weaves a heartwarming tale of love, loss, and legacy, culminating in Audrey and Finn bringing joy to others through their efforts. It highlights the essence of the Christmas spirit, giving without expecting in return and cherishing the memories of loved ones. The artist Urukra isn't destroyed yet. This realization dawns on the mother. The heroine takes the next ring in hand, which is a keychain ring. When she opens it, a small key falls out. Using the magnifying glass attached to the keychain, she finds letters engraved inside, Chairman FK, and SMM. The heroine immediately calls the hero to inform him. The key also has Baylock Company written on it, which suggests the key was manufactured by that company. The hero suggests they can visit the company tomorrow for more information. The next day, the hero visits the heroine's shop, and she tells him that SMM suddenly made sense to her in the middle of the night. It stands for Springside Municipal Museum. The hero had already researched the museum's website, checking its board of directors, both past and present. From this, he uncovered some details. FK refers to Frank Kennedy, who passed away a year ago. His son, Frank Jr., has since taken over as chairman. The hero and heroine visit the museum to meet Frank Jr., but his PA informs them he is in a meeting. The heroine shows the PA the key that belonged to Frank Kennedy and asks about any cabinets or desks he might have used. The PA mentions that one antique desk used by Frank Kennedy is currently on display in the museum, and it has locked drawers. The duo checks the desk and uses the key to open the drawers one by one. Finally, one drawer opens, revealing the draft of a novel titled The Chairman. It seems Frank Kennedy secretly wrote this novel before his death. The hero and heroine share this information with Frank Jr., who is overwhelmed to see his father's novel. Writing a novel was Frank Kennedy's lifelong dream, but Frank Jr. had no idea it was completed. Since Frank Kennedy spent his last days in Springside, it's likely the grandmother, the original owner of the key, found the key in that area. Frank Jr. asks how much he should pay them, but the hero says it's unnecessary and asks only that their names be mentioned in the acknowledgments when the novel is published. With 2 rings returned, 3 remain. As Christmas approaches, the hero and heroine grow closer. In the next scene, the heroine's mother suggests they post pictures of the remaining 3 rings on the shop's social media page to gather any information about them. She also hands the heroine a cleaned and polished bracelet, which looks beautiful and has the name, Siobhan, engraved on it, along with a Christian symbol. The mother explains that this is the symbol of St. James, and there used to be a St. James Church in Springside, which was destroyed in a fire 38 years ago. The mother suggests that the bracelet might have been lost by someone during the fire. The hero mentions that his uncle, who works in the fire department, might know more about the incident. The next day, the hero, heroine, and the mother visit the fire department and inquire about the church fire. The hero's uncle recalls the incident. It occurred just as he joined the department. Since the church was a wooden 19th century structure, it completely burned down, leaving no records behind. However, he remembers the name of the priest who served there, Father Lodowick. The hero gathers information about Father Lodowick, a retired Catholic priest living in a nearby town. The hero and heroine visit him and show him the bracelet. The father recalls that on the day of the fire, a family with a baby named Siobhan was present at the church. The baby's grandmother had named her Siobhan. When the fire broke out, everyone escaped, but someone must have lost the bracelet during the chaos. Father Lodowick mentions that Siobhan has since grown up, married, and every Christmas, her family sends him a card. He provides the address from the cards. The hero and heroine visit Siobhan's house, but she isn't home. Instead, they meet her dog sitter, who promises to inform Siobhan once she returns. The heroine worries about returning the bracelet before Christmas. In another scene, a candlelight event takes place in Springside, a tradition dating back to 1949 when a massive storm caused a power outage just before Christmas. A highway officer had distributed candles to every household. As a gesture of gratitude, the townsfolk lit the candles, stood by the roadside, and sang Christmas carols. The hero and heroine participate in the event, casually discussing their past relationships, bonding more as they walk together. Later, the heroine tells her mother about a promotion to assistant manager at the retail shop. However, she has regained interest in drawing and considers leaving the retail job to pursue work in an art gallery. Her mother supports her decision. Meanwhile, a woman named Diana sees the shop's social media post and recognizes one of the rings as part of a jewelry item called a brooch. Diana, who had sold the brooch to a customer named Edgar in 2004, confirms the information when the hero and heroine visit her. Edgar was a businessman who had previously hired the hero to solve a theft case. Although Edgar has passed away, his son-in-law now manages the family business. The hero and heroine meet him and show him the brooch, explaining how it connects to their grandmother. The son-in-law recognizes it as a gift Edgar gave his daughter when they were dating. Edgar had used the rings to test their relationship. Edgar took one of the interlocking rings and gave it to his daughter, keeping the other piece hidden in a park. He told her, "If your fiancé finds the other piece, I'll approve of your marriage." The very next day, a massive snowstorm hit. Edgar's future son-in-law searched the entire park for 3 weeks, combing through piles of snow, but couldn't find the ring. Left with no other choice, Edgar's daughter and her fiancé eloped and got married. The wedding expenses left Edgar in a calm state of acceptance, and he welcomed his son-in-law into the family. Coincidentally, their marriage day was Christmas, and this year would mark their 20th wedding anniversary. Overwhelmed with happiness, Edgar's son-in-law gave the hero and heroine a Christmas tree as a token of gratitude for bringing back the brooch. The heroine used her creativity to decorate the Christmas tree with the items they had found during their journey. The hero praised her, saying there was nothing she couldn't do. Now, only 2 rings were left from the 5 the grandmother had given them. One was Siobhan's bracelet, and the other was the last and most intricate ring adorned with stones. The hero examined the ring with a magnifying glass. Unlike most jewelry that has a jeweler's mark, this one had no such signature. At that moment, Siobhan called, and the hero and heroine rushed to her house. When Siobhan saw the bracelet, she became emotional and thanked them, saying she never expected to see it again after all these years. The hero and heroine explained that there was still 1 ring left to return, the final task. Siobhan bid them goodbye, and they set off to solve the mystery of the 5th ring. The heroine started to piece together a pattern. Elizabeth's pendant was a gift from a dancer who admired her performances. Frank Kennedy's key led to the discovery of the novel he had longed to write. Edgar's brooch symbolized the love between his daughter and son-in-law. Siobhan's bracelet was a cherished gift from her grandmother. All 4 rings shared a common theme: love. The heroine speculated that the 5th ring might also be a symbol of love, possibly even an engagement ring. At the charity event, the townsfolk of Springside gathered to celebrate. Meanwhile, the hero's mother and the heroine's mother began forming a bond, similar to the one developing between the hero and heroine. Diana announced the results of the art contest, and the winner turned out to be the hero's mother. The hero thanked the heroine for encouraging his mother to participate. The heroine, feeling grateful for the hero's help in finding the ring's owners, contemplated giving him a gift but hesitated. It was then that the hero revealed a shocking truth. 5 months ago, the grandmother had spoken to him about the rings in the hospital. She had requested his help in returning them to their rightful owners and even paid him for it. The hero had been waiting for the heroine to find out on her own, which is why he acted like he didn't know anything about the rings. The heroine, overwhelmed by this revelation, became upset and walked away. The next day, the heroine showed her mother a painting she had made the previous night. It depicted 4 hands holding the 4 rings they had already returned. One more hand was left incomplete, waiting for the 5th ring. Her mother admired the stones set in the ring and remarked how beautifully they were arranged. The heroine suddenly realized that the stones themselves might hold the final clue. Encouraged by her mother, the heroine decided to contact the hero. When she asked if the grandmother had explicitly told him not to reveal the truth to her, he admitted she had. The grandmother's intention was to have the heroine embark on this journey without any preconceived notions. The hero had initially taken up the task because of the grandmother's request, but he had grown to care deeply for the heroine, which led him to confess the truth. Understanding this, the heroine forgave him. They took the 5th ring to a local jeweler to examine the stones. On closer inspection, they discovered a stamp hidden within one of the stones. The jeweler revealed that the ring had been made by none other than Charlie, the local craftsman. They rushed to the mall where Charlie was playing Santa Claus for the kids. When they showed him the ring, he smiled and said, "You already know the answer, don't you?" The grandmother had collected only 4 rings. The 5th ring, made by Charlie, was a special gift for the heroine herself. It symbolized the grandmother's love and faith in her granddaughter. This realization brought tears to the heroine's eyes. In the final scene, the hero, heroine, their mothers, Colin, and the hero's uncle gathered to celebrate. The heroine decided to move to Springside permanently and expand the antique business with her mother. The grandmother's mission was successful, as the rings had brought happiness to 5 lives. The journey also reignited the heroine's passion for art, which the grandmother had always known was her true calling. The story concluded with everyone cherishing the bonds of love and family, united by the legacy of the 5 rings.